Imagine waking up to the news. Vladimir Putin, President of the United States. There's a headline to choke on your morning coffee. Picture this. You're rubbing sleep out of your eyes, scrolling through your newsfeed, and bam! Putin takes Oval Office. An announcement so outlandish it would make even the most robust espresso taste like water. The shockwave hits. Disbelief floods the nation. Twitter, in a state of unprecedented frenzy, crashes under the weight of the WTF tweets. The hashtags #Putin in power and #American borscht breakfast trend globally. CNN and Fox News hosts are caught in a perpetual blinking contest, their scripts tossed to the wind. Late-night comedians are suddenly faced with a lifetime supply of material, while the rest of us are left to wonder if we've stepped into a parallel universe where The Twilight Zone plays on repeat. But hey, this is just a hypothetical, right? Let's dive into the possibilities. Now let's envision Putin's journey to becoming more American than apple pie. Imagine Putin, the man known for his stern demeanor, suddenly at the heart of American culture, just trying to fit in. Picture him at his first baseball game, cheering for his newfound favorite team, the New York Yankees. He's wearing a foam finger, munching on a hot dog, and trying to decipher the rules of this strange sport. His Secret Service agents, looking a bit bewildered, try in vain to explain the difference between a home run and a touchdown. Next, we find Putin in Nashville, Tennessee, home of country music. He's at the legendary Wild Horse Saloon, trying to master the art of line dancing. The DJ spins Achy Breaky Heart, and Putin, in cowboy boots and a 10-gallon hat, attempts to keep up with the locals. He's got the two-step down, but the do-si-do has him a bit twisted. The crowd roars with laughter, but Putin's determination is unwavering. Now imagine Putin navigating the labyrinth of American slang. He's at a diner in New Jersey trying to order a sandwich. The waitress says, "You want that with the works?" Putin, looking puzzled, replies, "I'm not here for employment, I just want a sandwich." The entire diner bursts into laughter. Putin, ever the good sport, chuckles along, still not quite sure what's so funny. Then there's Putin's attempt to understand American football. He's invited to the Super Bowl and can't understand why everyone is so excited about a bowl. When he's handed a foam football, he tries to bounce it like a basketball, much to the amusement of everyone around him. And who could forget his struggle with the American tradition of Thanksgiving? Putin, in a comical apricot apron, tries to stuff a turkey for the first time. He's more accustomed to wrestling bears than wrestling with poultry. And that, folks, is how Vladimir Putin becomes the life of the American party. Imagine Putin announcing his policies. Free vodka for everyone on Fridays, perhaps? Now that's a policy that might just win over a few hearts. But let's dive deeper into the rabbit hole of hilarity that could be Putin's presidential policies. Picture this. Every morning as the sun rises, the national anthem is replaced with the sound of Putin's latest judo match. The thuds and grunts echoing through the sleepy suburbs. A gentle reminder of your president's martial prowess. And speaking of martial arts, how about mandatory karate classes in schools? Forget algebra and Shakespeare. It's all about perfecting your roundhouse kick now. Not to mention the presidential car. That sleek black beacon of power and authority replaced by a bear. Yes, a bear. Not just any bear, mind you, but a robust Siberian bear. Putin atop his bear cruising down Pennsylvania Avenue is a sight that would certainly make the morning commute a little more eventful. Oh, and let's not forget the economy. Putin, in his infinite wisdom, might decide to base the financial system on vodka production. The more vodka you produce, the richer you become. Wall Street would turn into one giant distillery, the Dow Jones replaced by the vodka index. And in a move to promote cultural exchange, Putin might decree that every American learn to play the balalaika. Picture it. Millions of Americans strumming away on these triangular Russian stringed instruments, their melodious tunes filling the air. Foreign policy? Simple. Any disagreements with other nations would be settled in a traditional Russian manner. A shirtless horseback ride through the Siberian wilderness. The first one to spot a Yeti wins. And for environmental policy, perhaps Putin would introduce a new initiative. Adopt a Siberian tiger. For every tree cut down, you adopt a tiger. Now that's a policy that would make deforestation a bit more risky. Well, that's one way to make America interesting again. What if Putin decided to try his hand at Hollywood stardom a la Ronald Reagan? Now there's a thought that could only spring from the wildest corners of the imagination. But hey, we're already exploring the improbable, so why not dive into the impossible? Picture this. Putin, the action hero, striding across the silver screen with the same determination he uses to navigate international politics. No need for a stunt double here, folks. Our man Vlad is a black belt in judo and a former KGB agent. He's got the moves and the moxie to handle his own high-flying, explosion-dodging, villain-punching scenes. Imagine the titles: From Russia with Love, The Putin Chronicles, Red Dawn, The Putin Paradox, or my personal favorite, The Siberian Standoff. The plots would be as wild as a Russian winter, filled with daring rescues, high-speed chases, and of course the occasional shirtless horseback ride. But Putin wouldn't stop at just being an action star. Oh no, he'd want to show his range. Perhaps a heart-rending drama set in the Siberian tundra, or a romantic comedy where he plays a charming yet misunderstood diplomat. And let's not forget a musical, Putin belting out show tunes with the same fervor he uses to defend Russian sovereignty. Now that's a sight to see. And the climax? The Oscar ceremony, of course. Putin, gracing the red carpet, his suit as sharp as his political acumen. And when his name is called for the Best Actor award, he'd stride to the stage, accept the golden statue, and deliver a speech that would leave Hollywood and the world in awe. The applause, the accolades, the absolute adoration of the audience. It's a far cry from the cold, calculating world of politics. But in this wild, what-if world, it's just another day in the life of President now superstar Putin. Who knew? From the Kremlin to Hollywood, Putin sure knows how to steal the show. Ever heard of the presidential turkey pardon? Well, Putin might just replace it with a bear hunt. Now imagine this, folks. The aroma of pumpkin pie wafts through the air. Instead of the usual turkey pardon, we have Putin, our American president, lacing up his hunting boots, donning a flannel shirt, and priming his tranquilizer gun. In this new tradition, Putin, in all his bravado, takes a break from the White House and heads to the wilds of Alaska. He's not there for a quiet walk in the woods. Oh no, he's there for his yearly bear hunt. It's a spectacle like no other, an audacious display of man versus beast. Now don't worry, animal lovers, this isn't a traditional bear hunt. Putin, being the unconventional leader he is, has a twist up his sleeve. This isn't a hunt for the kill, but a mission for a tranquilizer tag. The goal? To tag a bear with a GPS tracker, contributing to the wildlife conservation efforts. The whole nation watches with bated breath as Putin locks eyes with a grizzly. The tension is palpable. And then, with the swift precision of a seasoned hunter, Putin fires his tranquilizer gun. The bear, surprised, takes a few lumbering steps before collapsing into a snooze. Putin, triumphant, attaches the GPS tracker, all the while grinning from ear to ear. And so, every Thanksgiving the nation gathers around their televisions, not just for the football game or the parade, but for the unparalleled spectacle of Putin's bear hunt. It's a tradition that shakes up the tranquility of the holiday, turning it into an adventure of epic proportions. So, the next time you hear about the presidential turkey pardon, think about Putin, the president who dared to be different. The president who turned a peaceful holiday into an adrenaline-fueled event. And that, my friends, is how Thanksgiving becomes the most adrenaline-pumping holiday of the year. So, 4 years down the line, what does America look like under President Putin? Well, let me paint you a picture. The streets of New York are no longer crowded with honking yellow cabs. No, they're filled with frisky bears, just casually going about their business. And remember the fountains in Vegas? They're now pumping out vodka 24/7. Talk about a city that never sleeps. Oh, and Hollywood? Forget La La Land. It's all about Putinwood now. Every movie has a mandatory bear scene, and the red carpets have been replaced with bearskin rugs. As for the Oscars, they've been replaced with the Putins. Yes, the golden statue now sports a judo outfit and a very familiar bald head. And there you have it, folks, a glimpse into an alternate universe where Vladimir Putin is the American president. It's a wild ride, but hey, at least it's never dull.